Welcome to Phenomenal Private Practice with Amira, a space where I discuss all things mental health and also answer therapist questions, viewers' questions about mental health related topics, as well as provide a dose of inspiration. So today is part 3 of my 3-part series on toxic marriages. Part 1 was identifying a toxic marriage through 4 key signs. Part 2 was identifying and understanding the long-term effects of toxic marriage on a person who's in one. And today is part 3. And part 3 is coping through a toxic marriage, right? Now, I just want to say something. I just want to distinguish a bit. So a toxic marriage is an unhealthy marriage, right? But when it comes to the space of being physically abused, even psychologically abused to some degree, when it comes to things that jeopardize your physical safety, there really isn't room for coping, right? And or jeopardize your mental health to a tremendous degree, there really isn't room for coping. That's a place where people need it now. They need to leave. They need a safety plan. They need support, and they also need to do it on their own time. But what I'm talking about in terms of toxic marriages is more of the unhealthy controlling dynamics, more emotional abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse even, or just one person who has and maintains a tremendous amount of power over the other, and this is not the other's wish, that sort of thing. So you see more verbal abuse than actual physical safety that you would see in a full-blown domestic violence relationship, okay? And domestic violence relationships, I don't really want anyone to think that there's coping through getting beaten up, right? Because the only thing to do through getting beaten up is find a way to leave safely. So that said, coping through a toxic marriage, right? So limited support that you're getting, lots of digs, not feeling good about this, and not getting the partnership that you actually need in your marriage. So there are some things that you can do while you are working your way out of that or figuring out what to do. Step 1 is taking care of yourself, right? So as we know, toxic marriages don't create the love, the commitment, the ongoing consistent connection that healthy marriages do. So in that overarching support and positive regard from a healthy marriage keeps people feeling really safe, loved, and connected. And in a toxic marriage, you don't have that. So some of the things that you need to do are really just taking care of yourself, right? Setting regular times for eating, sleeping, exercise, finding time to be social each week. Spend time with friends and family that support you and care about you in a positive way, that are good to you, right? And that can also hear you. Keep a journal, whether it's an electronic journal on your phone or an old-fashioned pen and paper diary. Have a space to express your thoughts, your feelings, and needs. This can be really validating for you and also just necessary for your well-being. Number 2, decide what you will do to try to make changes in your marriage. Again, I am not talking about a marriage that is unhealthy to the point where there is physical violence, okay? That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a toxic marriage, which is not the same thing as domestic violence, okay? But decide the things that you will do to try to make some changes in your marriage. And this is a tough one, right? But make a couple of basic decisions about what you will do now that you've identified that you're in a toxic marriage. Will you go to individual therapy to get the support and clarity from a therapist that you need? Will you try couples therapy and try to work through the issues? Will you meet with your religious clergy or seek spiritual advice or guidance about your marriage? Will you talk with both of your parents together to try to figure out where this can go and what to do next? Try writing out a plan about how you can tackle dealing with these issues. Take your time, speak with your spouse about them, try them, give them some time and do a check back in with yourself and your spouse about where things are. Give yourself 6 months of trying these different things. Then maybe give yourself another 6 months. Give it a year and see where you are then. Think about what will work for you. Balance things out. And you need to live a balanced life, right? And so what I mean by that, Have hobbies that you enjoy, right? Don't just be focused on work, home care, and this difficult relationship. Have hobbies, things that you actually enjoy doing. Explore a career, a job, educational skill set that you may want to pursue. Maintain or improve your physical and emotional health. So again, exercising, therapy, journaling, doing all the things that are good for you. Go to the doctor regularly. Take care of all of your health needs. All of these things bring balance into your life. And you can also think about your spirituality, right? And bringing more spirituality into your life. So, and number 4, be honest, right? And this one is very simple. Be honest with yourself, with your friends, your family, and your loved ones about how you're feeling and what your concerns are within your marriage. Tell people in your life who care about you what's happening for you, and allow them to give you feedback, right? Be honest and open, and that's the best way that you can get the feedback that you may really need to hear. And it can give you greater clarity and allow you to just to get the support that you need. So those are the things that you can do to get through being in a toxic marriage. Take care and feel free to send me your questions, comments. Looking forward to it. Thanks.